All right, good evening, everyone. We're about to get started in maybe 20 seconds. This is going to be recorded, so we're not going to wait too long, but I will give 20 more seconds for people to get on the call. So thank you, everyone that is on time. Make sure you have your pen, paper, notepad, whatever it is, because you're going to want to take notes tonight. So I'm going to give you 10 more seconds to get everything that you need, because tonight's training is going to be on this strategy. Because you've been learning how to take signals, right? But now it's time for you to learn how to actually implement a strategy. So that's what I'm here for tonight. So I'm gonna give 5 more seconds. We're gonna get started. Let's see what we got on here. All right, so 5 more seconds. We're about to get started. Can everyone hear me okay? Type in a 2 if you can hear me okay. All right, cool. So everybody can hear. Everybody's line's muted. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started. So my name is Makisha. For those of you who don't know me, I've been trading now for the past 3.5 years, and I started doing better because I learned from YouTube. Because you can learn from YouTube, but you're going to lose a lot of money, which is, I'm pretty sure some of you can understand, and which will happen to me as well. So once I got involved in this academy, I started to learn risk management. I started to learn different things about the mindset, and that is how I'm able to be here tonight to show you one of the strategies that I learned. So keep in mind, this is just one strategy, because there are a ton of different strategies that you can use when trading Forex. So I'm gonna teach you one. This is the most simplest one I can teach you, and hopefully you'll catch on. If not, this is gonna be recorded. So you can just play it back and go step by step. If you have questions, make sure your line's muted. Let's see here, whoever, there we go. I appreciate you. So if you have questions, we're going to save it to after I finish your strategy, and then I'll answer all your questions. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to share my screen here. All right, can everybody see my screen? Hopefully you can. All right, so
yes.
If you don't, oh, thank you. So if you don't know, I like to keep everything organized. So I have all my little apps that I need for trading right here inside my little toolbox. So today what we're going to be using is tradingview.com. Write that down, tradingview.com. That is what we use to mark up our charts with. So I'm going to try to, I talk a little fast. So if you need me to slow down, just let me know as I'm going along. I don't mind. So what we're going to start off with here is this pair. It's the Euro USD. That's the Euro against the US dollar, right? So this here is one of the strategies that I taught like one of my stepsisters, and she got it. And also I was teaching my little nephew, and he's 6 and he's catching on. So with tradingview.com, I'm going to go through it first and then you ask the questions. So I just want you to pay attention right now. So when you're trading Forex and you're marking up charts, we use these things called support and resistance lines. Support is simply how it sounds. When you use something support, it's something like you're standing on the floor. So the support is your floor, right? Resistance is the ceiling. You can't break past that. That's the ceiling. So that's simply what this strategy is. So to get to this, we're on tradingview.com. I'm going to go over here to the left-hand panel. And what I'm clicking on here is the second one that right here that says trend line, info, all that kind of good stuff. And I'm clicking on horizontal line. So not the horizontal ray, but the horizontal line. Once I click on that, what I'm looking for, see these candlesticks, the red and green candlesticks with the long tails on the end, which are called wicks? I'm going to find the lowest point. So the lowest point here is this green one. So I'm going to place my line here. And what I want to find next is with the highest point. You don't have to scroll all the way back. You can, whatever's showing on your screen, that's what you can use. So I'm going to take another horizontal line, which I found here on the left-hand side, click on it, click on horizontal. And what I'm looking for now is the highest point on my screen, which is right about, see to the left, it's a long tail looking thing, what you call them wicks. You're going to click on that, right? So now I have trapped in, I have the price trapped in, and what I have now is that floor I was talking about and that ceiling. So next step I want to do, that's step 1, find your horizontal line. Step 2, I use an indicator. Indicators you can think of as extra confirmation. Like I like to say as well, your cheat codes. So these are just extra confirmation to what we're already doing. So I'm going to click over here. It's like 3 straight lines on the left-hand side. I'm doing this from my cell phone. So if it seems small, maybe I could zoom it in if for anyone that needs it. So I'm going to scroll up here. And what I'm looking for is FIB, F-I-B, retracement. So I'm clicking on that. And now all I want to do is take I'm doing this from my phone. I want to take that little blue dot, right? Click it. And I want to drag these colors, these beautiful colors here, all the way up to that top line. Once I do that, these FIB levels here are now showing me my extra support and resistance lines. So then all I want to do, step 3, click back on the horizontal line. And what I'm going to do is put a horizontal line on top of each colored line. So you see this first one, it's this red one. So I'm going to put that there. All right, going to go back over here, get another horizontal line. And all this is support and resistance. Going to put this on top of the green one. I'm just putting it right on top of each of these colored lines. Boom. Going to take another one, horizontal line. Put it on top of this other green one there. Boom. Take another one. Very simple. All I'm doing is placing it right on top. Boom. And I'm going to take one last one, horizontal line. Place it on top of that last blue line right there. Boom. And what I like to do, so I can see things a little clearer, after I placed all my horizontal lines, all I do is click back on that FIB line and see down here at the bottom and move it so you can see it. There it is, this right here. I'm going to delete it. Boom. So now I can see a little more clear because I like things to be simple. That's why this whole strategy is simple, which is why I like teaching this strategy. So now what we're going to do is, since I'm doing it from my phone, I want to see where you can be able to see it. Let's see if we can do a dot. Let's see, we'll do an arrow, because I want you to see this. It'll be a lot easier if you can see it. Nope. All right, so we're going to go back with some vertical lines. All right, so we're going to follow this vertical line. So over here, you see this vertical line here is right on top of this red candlestick. So when this red candlestick, as soon as I saw that it was below this line, that top blue line, I waited for that next candlestick to open, which it did, and it opened in a red candle. So once it opened as that red candle, I entered a sell, and it drops, right? So when it drops, I wait again for it to come back up to this green candle, and once it opens above that candle, what I do, I enter a buy. So now I'm buying it all the way up to this top, to the top up here, all the way up to the top. Then once it breaks below, that red candle breaks below, I don't know if you can see this or not, but once that red candle breaks below that top line, it's called the above below strategy. So all you're doing is trading above and below the lines. So once, let's start at the very top, that top blue line, horizontal line. Can you see that? So once, say for instance, go up to the right, once we saw that red candlestick, there we go. Once I saw that red candlestick break below this top horizontal blue line and it turned red, I got in for a sell. And you ride that sell all the way down, even though I only do 30 pips, ride it all the way down, and boom, it went now to the bottom, the second from the bottom horizontal blue line. Then you wait for it to break above that horizontal blue line, you put in for a buy. So it's called the above below strategy because you're just trading off the horizontal lines. So whatever that top horizontal line is, you're waiting for it to either break above that, the candlestick, to turn green above that, enter a buy. So if the candlestick was to turn red and broke below that horizontal line, enter a sell. And as you see going back, we call it back testing, you see that's what happened. Very simple strategy. So now it's pretty much all to explain with that strategy. So now that you have it, I want to open it up for questions. Looks like you see me. So it's like a very kind of fast strategy to explain. So I know somebody have questions. What's your questions?
So when you said put in a buy, this is King Alexander. Like, so when it was coming down, you said, all right, I'll put in a buy. Is that like you selling what you have, or what does that mean, put in a buy?
So say for instance, I had that top, I have a little whiteboard, but the top line, I had a top horizontal line, then I had one right below it. So if that candlestick was to break above this top line, I'm just putting in a buy order. So like a market execution, I think you did some of that in the group, or instant execution for the iPhones. Does that make
Yes.
sense?
So I'm trying to grasp it, like, so I know we put in the buy, so I hit that line. The buy order means like we getting in when that happens, or we, okay,
Yes. You're doing it,
okay,
the above below is for market execution or instant execution.
okay. And then so the buy is like, okay, I'm getting in, and then you saying when it goes back up, you getting out? Is that the concept?
Like you would have like a certain amount of pips that you're going for. Like mine is normally 30. So that's like the norm that you would go for, is like maybe between 30 and 50, but to keep it basic, I will stop at 30 pips. So as soon as I know that, okay, I got it in, it's gonna be 30 pips, it's gonna automatically take me out anyway at my take profit, which is always 30 pips for me.
Okay. And that's your own personal one that you go by, 30 pips.
Exactly, yes.
Okay.
The market is at least is gonna give you at least between 20 and 30 pips when it's moving. So I do 30 pips. It mean it'll go way further, but I don't like to be too greedy. I'm very conservative, so I stop it at 30 pips.
Interesting. Okay. So if you had it at like 40, what's the risk you run when you say you're not trying to be too gritty? You risk it going back down, or?
But you can do either one. So once you put in that buy order, you automatically put in for that take profit of 30 to 40 pips. Then once it hits that, if it keeps going, because the horizontal lines are going to keep going, right? So once you hit it and it went above that horizontal line, and then now you're like, okay, cool, it hit my take profit. But now I notice it's going above the next horizontal line, then you can keep going if you want to. But if it starts to retrace and go below that line, you want to go ahead and get out, because now it's starting to change directions.
Right. So if you was doing 40 instead of 30, and then maybe got up to the 30 but never hit 40, you'd be sitting there waiting for your chance per se. Is that the concept?
So if you was waiting for the 40, what I like to do, so if I did go 40 pips and it went past, say, 30 pips, I would go ahead and take that profit. Or they have call it where a trailing stop loss as well. There's like different terminology you can do for it. So you could just sit in until it hit 40, but if it never hits your 40 and starts to retrace the opposite way below the horizontal line, you want to get out anyway.
Okay. Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, no problem. You're welcome. Any other questions? Going once, going twice. Don't be shy. That's what I'm here for. I'm here for you all. It don't have to be even about the strategy I just showed you. It can be about whatever your questions are regarding trading.
I got a question.
Mm-hmm.
What is a FIP?
I feel it's like it's basically doing the support and resistance lines for us. So it's called Fibonacci. Fibonacci is what the long term.
Fibonacci sequence, is it related to the Fibonacci sequence in mathematics?
Yes, yes. So you can change out the numbers in there, but doing the above and below stretch, because once you look at the settings on that field, you can do different numbers in there. But the basic settings that they already have it set at is good enough for the above below strategy.
And how much of this is chance rather than actual risk assessment, calculated risk assessment?
Well, the whole forex market trading period is chance. This is just one of the a little more simple for everybody to understand.
Oh, all right.
Yes,
I just
chance.
All right, I understand. Thanks.
No problem.
So there's an app called, like, I think it's Tradar. Let me see what it's called. TradeAce. You ever heard of that?
TradeX?
TradeAce, TRADAYS.
What is that? Is that one to show you like what's going on in the forex as far as calendar wise?
My friend was a part of like just a group. They would meet at the library, and she was like, yeah, they asked me to download this app. I was trying to get the description because I downloaded it. It says TradeAce Forex Economic Calendar. That's what it says.
Okay.
I was just curious if you were familiar with
what
that.
That is, not that particular one. I'm gonna show you the one that I use. So I'm gonna share my screen again. So the one that I use, like I said, I have my little trading toolbox here. Move that out the way. For the Forex calendar, I use either my FX book or I use FX hours. So with FX hours, it's going to show you a little advertisement at first, but it links to whatever your time zone is. So, but you got to go through the, there we go. There we go. So you see, it shows me exactly like in my time zone what's going on. Then down here it says be ready for the next. It tells you what the next event is going on. Because some people, I think like Isa was saying, they trade according to the news. So FX hours does that, as well as FX. Go back up so you can see the other one, my FX book. So that sound like they're similar to the trade eggs that you're talking about.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. All right, any other questions?
Should I hop back in there if there ain't no more?
Okay, okay. What you got?
So like I've been looking into like Forex and crypto and just networking with people online, and you see like different classes or studies, and I mean you see people that look like they're getting rich, you know, or getting some real money, and I believe they probably are, because if you have the capital to take these chances, like big capital, you know, you get big rewards. But as far as like, I mean, have you seen personally success stories like that, or have you been a part of that? And not to be in your personal business, but I mean, like, just your experience with things like that.
Let me make sure I understand your question, right? So you're saying as far as, like if you have like a larger account, say like 3,000, 5,000 versus like a smaller account, like 150 or $50, can you still see that, well, getting rich type money off of a smaller account versus a starting out with a bigger account?
Yeah, just I guess the question is like, does it take? I mean, presumably, I think it would take large money to bring in, you know, large money. Have you witnessed like firsthand people really like blow off of this, like doing, you know, off of smaller money, or would you really need larger funds to kind of blow like that?
Okay, good question, good question. So you can do it with a smaller account. It's called compound. So it's going to take a little longer because with a smaller account, say maybe $100, $150 US account, you're not going to be able to take a larger lot size, because the lot size is where you're getting your money at. So instead of you investing 10 cents, you know, the 0.01 or you want 0.10, with a larger account, now you can do the standard lots. So your return is going to be a lot bigger. But you can over time compound with a small account of $150. Or some people do $50. I keep a lot of cheat sheets behind me. So like with this trading plan, it's a ton of different trading plans as well. But one of them start off with a $50 account. And at the end of 30 trades with compounding, because it's all about compounding, it turns out to be 11,000. But that's if you're patient enough to compound over time instead of trying to get the big money all in one trade, you know?
That cheat sheet, can I see that? Am I able to take a picture of that?
I'll post it. I think I have it on Heart and Electronics. So I'll post it in the group too as well. Can you see it? It's good. Got it?
Yes, thank you.
And what's the time frame on that?
This, well, I mark up in the hour time frame, but I trade on 15 minutes. And you can scalp too. Some people scalp.
Well, I meant the time frames to get from that first $50 initial investment to the 11,000. Is that like over a period of 6 months, 12 months,
Oh, no,
24
no.
months?
This is over 30 trades. Because with each one of them, I know you took it, I'm posting in the group as well. So like with that first trade, you start off with 0.05, but on that next trade, you're going up your lot size to 0.06. So each trade, you're going up a point in the lot size, so it's compounding. So eventually when you get to the end, you're at, well, seriously high one, but it's 9.9 lot size. That's what pushes you to that higher number there. It's all about lot sizes. So you can do it in 30 trades for 30 days, but just have to be compounding it, that's all. I've been doing this for 3 years. 3 years, a little bit over 3 years.
Are you also going to be doing the 8 o'clock group, or is this group in lieu, or this meeting rather, in lieu of the 8 o'clock group that was scheduled for tonight?
For tonight, I think the next one's tomorrow. I have to
All right,
check with
perfect.
ISIS, but I think the next one's tomorrow.
All right.
Yeah, it should be tomorrow at 7 is the next one.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'll verify to make sure. Mhm. Any other questions? Told you I'm here for you all.
So is that the last signal that was sent? And I guess my friend, he sent me a message and he was like, decrease your lot size so that I'll be able to do an order for that, the Bitcoin, the USD Bitcoin one. And I was trying to figure it out. He sent me a message as we was hopping on. So that's pretty interesting too, that you could trade Bitcoin too, though. So it's not just, you know, and just interesting. It's more of a comment than a question.
Yeah, Bitcoin, oil, gold, you can trade all that with Forex. The US 30, all that good stuff.
Yeah, sometimes it sounds like French to me, but you know,
Oh,
we all got to start somewhere.
exactly, yeah, that's what the group is for, so yeah, perfect. Any other questions? All right, so if there's no more questions,
Wait, I
I'm
have a question.
uh-huh.
So the classes that you pay for monthly, like, so are you still in the classes, or are you trading on your own now, since you've been doing it for 3 years? Do you still like stay in classes that's offered?
Yes, because like I said at the beginning of the call, it's a ton of different strategies. So like the above below strategy, one of the ones I learned when I first joined. But now I'm looking into other strategies because it's always good to have multiple tools in your toolbox. So just in case something happens and it's like, okay, I don't think this strategy is working anymore, I got other tools in there to learn with. So yeah, I'm always like every day I'm on a different call as far as learning. Yeah, so that learning never stops.
Another question, just to piggyback off of that. Are these strategies particularly unique to the school, or are they practiced in other areas of foreign exchange too by other companies or other firms?
Honestly, I don't know because I don't think any one strategy is like patented to one person. So just how I learned it from somebody, I'm pretty sure they might have learned it from somebody. So it's not necessarily because with the school, over 100 different educators. So they all have different strategies.
All right.
Yeah,
And that's brought about based on their background and stuff like that, right?
exactly.
All right. So they're bringing along what they know and passing it on from experience. That makes sense.
Yes, you said it dead on.
Thanks.
Anybody else? So I'm here for you all. This time slot is for y'all. So whatever questions you have, I'm here.
So do you have other stuff to go over, or is this the Q&A time? Because I mean, I could come up with some questions now.
Oh, I see. I don't mind. It's Q&A time because the strategy that I showed, that's pretty much it to it.
Do you mind going through that one more time? I was taking notes, but can we just go through it again if possible? No one objects, so I could just see it again.
Okay. Of course, that's the way you learn. Repetition, seeing it over and over again. So I'm gonna share my screen. All right, I'm going back over to Trading View. Click on it. There we go. And this is also an app as well, Trading View. So you can download it from your Play Store or Apple Store. It's an app as well. That's what I'm using is the app for it. So I'm going to remove the drawings. So now we're back to a nice naked chart. So the first thing I did was I went over here to the side and I got a horizontal line. Once I got the horizontal line, where I wanted to place it at, move this out the way so we can see, there we go. I wanted to place it on the lowest point on the chart. So some people use the wicks, which are just the long tails coming out these candlesticks. Some people use the body, but I use the wicks. I want the whole thing, right? So either way that you do it, it's totally fine. So then I want to go up here and grab another horizontal line. And I want to put it at the highest point. Boom, and put it there, right? So then I want to go over here to the back to the left-hand side, and I want to grab my fib retracement. Once I grab that, I put the little blue dot. No, let me do that one again. Sometimes it gets a little tricky when you're doing it from the app. You got to make sure you put it exactly on the spot. So fib retracement.
Now, are you putting that somewhere specifically, or are you just putting that anywhere?
Good question. So where I'm taking it from is from the bottom, if it lets me do it. It's from the bottom. I start at the bottom and go to the top.
Just somewhere within there, but not anywhere necessarily.
Exactly. Yeah, long as it's within here, because while I'm doing is drawing the support and resistance line. That's the field is helping me do that. Yeah, so I normally start at the bottom. For some reason, I know the act is acting up right now. Let's try this again. Because what I'm trying to do is start right at the lower horizontal line, and then take my field up to the top of the horizontal line.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, but for some reason it is not. Yeah, for some reason it won't start me there. So let's start here. Let's see. Let's see if it still does the same thing. So I want to stretch that. So then I'm going to take another horizontal line. And what I'm putting is on top each of these colored lines, which came from the fib. So I'm going to bring it up here, put it on top of this red line. I'm going to take another horizontal line. I'm going to put on top of the green line. You might can't see it, I'm doing it from my cell phone. I'm going to take another one. All I'm doing is taking the horizontal lines and putting them directly on top each of the fib lines. Take another one. And take one more.
Now, is there a line like that dotted green line above the one you just did, and is that not a line?
No, that's the current market price. It's moving.
Okay.
So it should be still moving.
There's like another one just above that. It's kind of like faded a little bit. Is that not another line too, or what is that one?
Where are you looking at? Where it just turned red, but what now is green now?
So yeah, it looks like it's one just above that, right before the blue one.
So I can make it a little bigger.
Is that not like a line there? It's kind of vague. It's right under the blue. You got the green dotted line, and then right above it.
Not this one, right? Not this.
Keep
one.
going up. Go up to the next one right there.
Oh, right here?
Yes.
This is just part of the background. So it's the grids. Like you can remove the grids on the chart. I normally trade without the grids. It's just a part of the background.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So the line's not the background.
Yeah. Take one more horizontal line. Boom. And then, like I said, I like to keep things clear. So I normally take away the fib once I finish, because it's all these colors. So I take it away. And then now I just have, boom, my regular support and resistance lines.
And what'd you do to take it away? What'd you hit?
So each time you do something, let me come back over here. So each time you do something, you'll see a box pop up. Boom, you see this box just popped up at the bottom of the screen? I'm about to move it so you can see it. See this?
Yes.
So each time you do anything, whether you're drawing the lines or anything, click back on it. This pops up, it allows you to edit it, right? But I wanted to take it away, so I just hit the trash can button.
Okay.
And boom, it took it away from me. Make this a little larger so you can see. So normally what happens is, I can't do it. Wish I could do the arrow so you can see it. But normally what happens is, let's do the vertical cross line, maybe that'll help. Okay, boom, all right. So you got your top, this horizontal, the top, you got the bottom. The top one is your above, the bottom one is your below. So if the candlesticks were to go below again, now this is now your above, this is now your below. So anytime got a candle. We're gonna start the top one up here, crossed above it. We're gonna put in for a buy, right? But if the candle was to go below it, like it did on here, because this is above, this is the below. Candle goes below it, it drops, right? So we put in for a sell. Right now, the candle went back above it. You put in for a buy, but it's doing some consolidating right now. But it's highly chance this is a buy because now this candlestick, this green candlestick right here, broke above. So now it's a buy. Anytime, see each line, your top line is always your above, the bottom line is always your below. So here, I think if you're seeing it here, that's your above line. Once it broke below it, it went on for a sell. Now this is not 100% as is with any strategy, but it works a lot of the time, over 90% of the time. Just have to be patient.
So currently where it's at, like at the furthest point to the right, I'm trying to see what would you be looking for there? Like it would be like, all right, real time.
So
Are
what
you
I'll be
looking at the
looking for,
furthest point to the right, or are you still looking at the past numbers?
no, I'll be looking at, I was showing you the past so that y'all can see the pattern of it. But
Okay.
I'm currently coming in, so I was coming in this with fresh eyes. I already drew out my horizontal lines, did the field, and now I'm good to go. I would be looking to see, because I like to see it fresh. I'm looking, let's see here, did it show? It's not showing anything, is it? There we go. So what I'm looking for is this line here, this above line. This line here is my below line. So I'm waiting to see if the candle, a green candlestick closes up here, or if a red candlestick closes below here. Now you don't have to sit there and wait for it. I think did we talk about call levels? Do you know about call levels already?
I don't think so.
Okay, so I'm gonna show you what call levels look like. So say for instance, you're out and about, you're like, hey, I don't wanna wait for this to see if it's gonna break below. I would set a call level at this, say for instance, 1.08524, and I would set another one up here at this 1.08642. So let me show you what call levels look like. Because it's a very good app to download. Go back over to my little toolbox. Click on it. It's not being nice to me tonight. There we go. So over here, this one right here, I'm moving around. It's called call levels. So you would click on that, make sure you write that down. And I already have some set back here. So say for instance, we was looking at the EURUSD. So when you open it, it looks just like this. You would click on this little plus sign, click on Forex, and actually this is one of the top pairs, so it's already there. And I would click on next, and now I can put in whatever. So if I wanted to say 1.0857 is what I was looking for it to break below, I would set call level. I could put up here, hey, I think that's gonna be a sell. So now when it hits that, it's gonna make a cha-ching sound, and I know to go look at the charts to see if it did what I wanted it to do. Instead of me having to sit there and stare at the charts and wait for that candlestick to close for another. See how it just popped up? EURUSD has hit.
Okay, I like that.
Yes, and it makes a noise. So I got my phone on silent, but it actually makes a noise.
So when it hits, you would have made some type of move on it.
So once it hit, then I would go back over to my trading view, go back over to my chart, and I would see what it did. So I'd be like, okay, well, even though I didn't set an actual number in there, so that's why I just gave me that one. But I would see, okay, I would be like, okay, cool. So it did hit down here. Okay, so perfect. Long as that candlestick was below there and it was a red, I was gonna get in for a sale for my 30 pips. But I would have two set, one for the bottom, and I would have one set for the top for a buy. Does that make sense?
It does. It's a little foggy, but it does. But I like the concept of it just being your alarm when you want it to do, what it's doing. You can just go back and say, hey, I'm here.
Exactly, because right now, if I want to sit here and wait, I'll have to wait another 24 minutes. Time is valuable, so I would just set the call levels, and I would just come back when our call levels went off.
I like that.
Good. Yes. And who am I talking with?
This is King Alexander.
Ah, okay. King Alexander. Okay, cool. All right. So did that kind of help you out when I went back over it and everything?
Yes, it did. Yeah, I'm the repetition guy, so yeah, I'm gonna keep doing it, and I might look up some YouTube videos about it, what you talked about, just to, you know, try to
Oh,
keep grasping it.
okay. And I'm gonna this is recorded. So I'm gonna
Okay,
drop it as soon as the recording finished, I'm gonna definitely drop it inside the group.
appreciate it.
No problem, no problem. All right, so any other questions? Everybody good?
Hold on. One more.
Mhm.
All right. So, do you find that after you said you've been doing this for 3 years, right?
Mhm.
All right. Do you find that it helps your overall portfolio along with your other investments?
Say it one more time, there's a little static going on.
It's that it's kind of windy out here in Bushwick.
Uh,
But I was saying, I'm not sure what your personal portfolio looks like, but do you find that it is a good way to add diversification to your entire investment portfolio?
Are you saying as far as different pairs and then trickling some gold and real estate and Bitcoin, or what do you mean?
I don't know if I'm phrasing it right. Do you think it's an absolute necessity
Mhm.
to be part of a personal portfolio, basically?
Yeah, 'cause I think it's always good to be diversified for one. Because I always get a table versus one that you want to have at least 3, 4, 5 to make that table.
All right.
Mhm. All right, and y'all asked some excellent questions. So y'all on it tonight. So any other questions? Like I said, I'm gonna drop this recording. It's probably gonna take me maybe 30 minutes to an hour, depending on how long it takes for this recording to upload for me. And I'll drop it in the group for y'all.
Appreciate it. I mean,
No
last, if you
problem.
about to exit, can you just speak about like your experience, like Forex, like
Oh,
you, like how's it been for you? You know what I mean?
gotcha. Um, so the reason why I got into Forex in the first place, because I'm a veteran, for those you don't know. So I was getting that VA check, which do not pay the bills. So I came across, I always have been interested in trading. So I came across the stock side, but for some reason wasn't jiving with me because I know I had to focus on companies. I know anything can happen with companies, right? Oh, thank you. So anything can happen with companies, right? So that's when I came into, like I said, I was watching YouTube videos and I came across Forex. So once I came across that, I liked that. It was pretty cool. And I was like, okay, cool, I can deal with this. Then I lost money, of course, because I didn't really have that foundation to learn from. So when I came across the academy where we are learning from right now, I had that foundation. So now I'm able to, instead of blow my accounts 24/7, now I understand risk management. So now I'm able to, this is what I do all day. I either do trainings or I do calls, being on the phone, interviewing some people, and I get to spend time with my family. Because my nephew lives here with me, so I get to spend time with him. I get to teach him. So Forex really has changed my life, not just financially, but mental wise as well. Because I never thought I'd be on here training you all on doing different things. So it definitely brings different things out of you. So I don't know if you guys know, but I do a lot of reading too. So in the future, if you plan on taking this Forex seriously, this is a powerful book to get. Like I said, Forex will bring some stuff out of you because it's majority mental, like Isis was saying last night, majority mental. So this book, excellent book to start getting your mental right for trading. Very, very powerful. But Forex really, really, honestly, has changed my life. And it's going to change my family life as well.
Appreciate it. Thanks for sharing.
No problem, no problem. All right, so if there's no other questions, I really appreciate you all jumping on here and taking this seriously. Definitely appreciate all the questions because I love it. I love it because it lets me know that you're interested. So I love it. I'm going to drop the recording as soon as it's done. And if you have any other questions, just ask it in a group. We are here to help you. And I just want to congratulate all of you for taking this journey. It's a journey. It's going to be kind of weird at first, but it's a journey and you're going to love it. I know you are. So if that's all, you guys have a wonderful and prosperous evening, and I will see you all in the group.
All right. Have a good one.
All right, you too.